Good evening. This is CTV News for this Tuesday, November 12th. I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us. Well, the crimes committed by a man described as a sexual predator by police might have started 10 years ago. Investigators say 38-year-old Joey Poindexter picked up his latest victim at a pub in Langley Park and later assaulted him. Poindexter has since been arrested. Now police are urging anyone else who may have been taken advantage of to come forward. Denise Douglas explains.
There are at least, and I stress that, at least 6 other victims, but police believe, unfortunately, that number is going to go up. They held a news conference here today to urge others who've been sexually assaulted by this guy to come forward. 38-year-old Joey Poindexter is being described as a sexual predator who went after young men. He would typically meet them at skateboarding competitions, beer pong events, and similar activities. On October 2nd, police say he picked yet another victim at Looney's pub in Langley Park, got him drunk or even possibly drugged him, they're saying. Then Poindexter took him to his Gaithersburg home where he sexually assaulted him. But again, he is not the only victim. Police say there are pictures showing that Poindexter took advantage of others.
We did find digital images of what we believe to be additional victims of Mr. Poindexter's activities. Our current investigation has identified 2 additional victims at this point and possibly a third. The victims have all stated they are heterosexual and have never had consensual sexual encounter with another man. By looking at the photos and talking to identified victims, they appear to all be in their late teens, early 20s, and I believe most of the assaults occurred while the victim is unconscious or significantly impaired.
Poindexter was arrested after the victim from Looney's pub came forward. Police say he has traveled to other cities such as Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Dallas, as well as locations in New Jersey, possibly preying on other young men. So they are working with investigators in those jurisdictions to identify other victims. I'm Denise Douglas, CTV News.
And police say the victim who reported an attack similar to what Poindexter is charged with 10 years ago decided not to pursue the case. Poindexter came to the attention of police after this latest incident at Looney's pub. If you have been a victim or know anything about the crimes, you can call Montgomery County Police at 240-773-5070. Well, Typhoon Haiyan caused major damage and destruction in the Philippines. Residents are left without food, clothing, shelter, and power. The expected death toll is about 10,000, but up to 10 million people have been affected by the storm in 41 provinces. The Philippines was hit by another tropical depression on Monday. The last of the rain is expected to clear out by Wednesday. This is the second tragedy for the island nation. Last December, Typhoon Bofa killed 1,900 people. Locally, Filipino Americans are coping with the disaster from thousands of miles away.
Well, it's pretty overwhelming and at the same time pretty helpless because we're over here and yeah, we feel like overwhelmed. It's pretty sad that a lot of people, especially when Christmas is coming, and a lot of them have lost their loved ones, and we tried our best to help, to give them a helping hand.
Really, very sad to see our folks there that they lost their loved ones.
Donations have been pouring in from across the world. Great Britain and the United States combined have agreed to provide $36 million in aid. If you would like to contribute, you can do so by logging on to redcross.org. Well, Prince George's police are investigating 2 incidents where 2 suspects driving a dark-colored sedan and posing as utility workers stole from their victims in Clinton. The first incident took place in the 6500 block of Horseshoe Road on October 30th. The suspects told the resident they were working for a water company. Once inside the house, they distracted the homeowner and stole a safe. A second incident also happened in the 5800 block of Kirby Road on November 6th.
2 separate incidents believed to be occurring by the same 2 suspects. Basically what happens, the 2 suspects, they canvass the neighborhood. They once they pick a house to approach, they pose as contract workers for a utility company. And they approach the homeowner while one person talks to the homeowner. The second person goes in, decides what they would like to steal, take the items, and then they make their getaway. Basically, what we want to let the community know is to be vigilant in asking the people when they approach your homes, who they work for, who are their supervisors, demand to see some kind of credentials, like a badge. Their vehicle should be clearly marked with whatever company they're claiming that they work for. So, these are some tips that will keep you and your household safe.
Thankfully, no one was hurt. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Solvers at 1-866-411-TIPS. Well, Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown picks up a key labor endorsement today in his bid to be the state's next governor. Brown and Democratic running mate Ken Ullman were in Baltimore this afternoon to announce support from AFSCME Maryland Council 3. The union represents 25,000 state and public university employees. Brown faces Attorney General Doug Gansler and Delegate Heather Mazier in the June Democratic primary. Mazier is expected to announce her running mate at a campaign rally tomorrow in Silver Spring. The police arrest a suspect involved in a Langley Park murder that happened 5 years ago. 34-year-old Efrain Antonio Osorio was taken into custody on November 7th in Texas for the shooting death of 50-year-old Rigoberto Rocco Portela. The murder happened in the 8100 block of 15th Avenue on September 26, 2008. A warrant was obtained the next day, but the suspect fled the state. Osorio is still in Texas awaiting extradition to Prince George's County. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Ballone.